2023 Grom oil pump mod. I'm not going to show you how to pull it. If you're doing this mod, you know how to pull the oil pump. So once you get the oil pump out, there's 2 dowel pins here and here. And then you undo this bolt, take these pins out, and then this plate will lift up. And then underneath, there's a pin. Something else, these dots on the oil pump, I believe, mark which way is up. So when you reinstall it, make sure the dots are going where you can see them. So the oil pump, it goes like this. And the pickup tube is going to come out of this part here. Needs to go either through, I've seen them through this hole or through this hole down here. It's kind of hard to see. Right there. And then once it goes behind that, you want it to come back to around here. So I'm going to work on bending mine up now, and then I'll show it when it's done. Alright, so got the tube bent up. Took 2 tries, but I think this one will be good enough. So my biggest tip for this S curve that you need in the beginning, do it before you cut the tube off of the roll, because this one I cut it first and I could not get the S curve tight enough. I didn't like how wide it was. Okay, so when you drill this, something I want to point out with this plate, since this plate needs to clamp flat, you need to make sure that you drill this, it goes right here, it's going to come out like this. You need to make sure that you put your hole so that the copper tube, is under the plate. Because if you drill too far over, then it's like this, the plate's not going to sit flat. So after a lot of testing and fitting, this is what we got. It's not JB welded or anything. It's pretty good. I'll probably tweak it a little bit after JB welded, but I wanted to get it pretty close first. And so you can line it up. And then I put my little mark there, so when I go to JB weld it, I'll know what angle to put it in at. It's closer than I'd like it to be, but it was a pain in the ass to bend, so that's where it's staying. It ain't touching. And then I'll tweak it after. Maybe it's touching there. Who knows? She'll be alright. And then in there, can you see the end? Yeah, right there's the end. So it's like perfect, right where I want it to be. Another thing, you gotta make sure you go under this shift. I think it's the shifter arm. It goes straight. It's straight through the motor. So the tube needs to go underneath. But yeah, I'm JB welded up now. Clean it and JB weld it. Alright, so we just JB welded. I got as much in between the tube and the hole I drilled as possible. Try to pack it full inside and outside. I'm gonna let it dry till tomorrow and then I'll put it on. Alright, so this shit's ghetto as fuck, but we're gonna fucking send it. So, for whatever reason yesterday, I completely forgot that you need to block off the hole where it normally sucks it up from. Obviously, since we're putting a fucking pickup tube on it. I don't know what else to do because it needs to be flat on both sides. So I set it flat on something and filled it with JB Weld wax paper on both sides so it didn't stick. And then I sanded it to make sure it was flat. Anyways, we're gonna send it. Hopefully it doesn't come out and clog up my oil pickup. This side, I still have to finish bending this pipe, but I'm about to go put it in. I don't really like the angle of that. Definitely angle your shit better, because yeah. So the problem is, ideally the copper tube would come further up this slot here, but the thing is the copper tube doesn't fit, and if you squish it to fit, then when it does fit, it's too tall. At least on this side. I test fitted on this side because this side I already had it in. Because I almost pulled it all back apart to make a new tube, but I was like, it's not going to fit anyway, so that's where we're at. But I would definitely do a better angle than that. But yeah, that's what we got. I'm about to reassemble the pump and throw it in. I think it'll be good enough. Shit, it's a stock pump, so it's not flowing that much. The important thing with this is that your stock pickup location, this hole, needs to be completely sealed off, or else it'll be sucking in air. Well, it can be sucking in air. And then, you know, you want it only sucking up from your pickup. Alright, so after fucking with this a whole bunch, here's the shape we got. And I want to say the JB Weld's strong as fuck, dude. Didn't even give this a full day. And it's hanging on there. And I mean, I was bending the tube with it. Took a lot more bending to get this to fit. But anyways, let's see. Goes on like it should. Line up the gear. And then look at that. Boom. So yeah. Don't forget your dowel pins, or whatever they're called. Shit's a pain in the ass. It's definitely harder than it was on the first Grom. And to be honest, I mean, fuck it. Why couldn't you put it right here? I don't know. But this is how they do it. To be honest, I would almost say it's not even worth going all the way to the back. I feel like you could get away with just going somewhere a little bit behind this shift rod, because that's the biggest thing. It's got to go down, and then you got to make it go back up because of this rod. So I mean, honestly, dude, even probably going right here would be good enough. And it's gonna pick up more oil than, I think it's right around here is the stock pickup, and I'm sure that would be fine. So yeah, that's where we're at. Gonna bolt it up. I unhooked the spark plug, and I'm gonna prime it and just crank it over until I see oil. I was thinking I'm just gonna take the oil filter out and crank it until I see oil coming out where the oil filter is, because it goes, it comes from the pickup through the pump to the filter, back into the, through the filter back into the motor, and then out to the rest of the motor. So if it's getting to the filter, I know it's pumping, and it should be. But yeah, shit was a pain in the ass. I just want to do wheelies, man. So make sure when you fill that shit up, what the fuck's my rack? Make sure when you fill that shit up, you spill oil all over the side of your case, or else your shit's gonna blow up. You have to spill oil. Anyways, spark plug off. Get that shit away from there. Gonna crank it over. Just showing that there's oil pressure, so time to go fucking send it, I guess. Damn. Well, she ain't blown up yet, so I'll post another video if it blows up. That shit's a lot harder than it seems, to be honest, but it's definitely doable. I mean, they're out of stock everywhere, so I'll take it. JB Weld, definitely strong enough. Didn't even let that shit cure all the way, but I mean, it's cured enough. Thanks for watching.